Welcome to the What's Good Tampa Show. What's Good Tampa Show. This is where we talk about all things Tampa Bay and beyond. Coming to you from the Gimmick in Ybor City, here's your hosts, Austin and Sean.
I don't like how you were looking at your phone right there.
It's good. A lot of pop.
You make me nervous.
Somebody was just messaging us to make sure we're going live tonight, but I said
really?
maybe not. Maybe
well,
not.
I just did a poll to see if people want us to go live, so we'll see if we get any responses to that. But how are you doing this week? Okay.
Good. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm getting over being sick, as you know.
Awesome.
I am feeling way better now. So
Nice.
I'm not contagious or anything. So
I feel great. So I'll be planning on going home getting sick again.
How come every time we start the show, the fucking train goes by?
It's kind of
this is a curse. I feel.
It's just Ybor.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Gift and a curse. Any way you size it up.
You're right.
My brother was in town this week. We going out. It's a gift and a curse every time.
Gift and a curse. Well, I'll tell you, I am feeling super grateful this week. I don't know about you guys, and maybe it's just the holiday season.
Okay.
There's we had a lot of pressure today because we got family and friends in the room.
Yeah, and I don't think it's pressure. I think it's actually calming.
Is it? Well, I'll tell you, we're grateful for the friends and the family, for
Absolutely.
sure. And just been a lot of things going on in my life. As you know, I changed jobs again.
Yeah.
And I'm actually really loving it. I was at a job for 11 years, and I loved everything about it. And I just thought it was time for a change. As a creative person, which I want to talk more about later. Once you do something for so long, you get bored, obviously, right? And you stop being challenged. And as a creative person, you always want to challenge yourself. Right?
Definitely.
So I felt I needed to do that. I went to another job, probably, and that was when I was at that new job. That was probably podcasts I don't know
4.
Yeah, 4 to 8 or something.
Yeah.
And if you watch me during those episodes, I could see in myself I was miserable.
I thought it was the Platinum 7X, but
no. See, the Platinum 7X.
I thought it was the liquor bottle in a plastic jar.
This is one of the few things that got me through the day during that time period, actually.
Oh, shit. So you are grateful.
Another thing I'm grateful for this year is Platinum 7X.
Coming out with the green bottle just for Christmas.
but in all seriousnness, so I, found another job. I was quick to just say, hey, this wasn't right for me. Look for something else. And I did, and I'm loving it so far. I found a group of great people. I don't want to say where I work and everything,
right.
But I found a group of great people in a space that allows me to really be creative again. So I'm really grateful for that. I'm grateful for you and meeting you this year and starting this podcast, and I'm grateful for you, Fitz, for joining us. And
Fitzy, thanks, man. I'm grateful for your accent, bro.
I actually, I do love that too. So I guess I am grateful for that as well.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, so I'm just feeling that way. I'm excited to be here.
Is it too many Christmas songs on the way, or what's going on with you?
No,
I like that you're grateful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That. I appreciate that. But you were saying about your jobs too.
Yeah.
So I don't have any tattoos.
Okay.
And you do. Is changing jobs after 11 years, and now you want to change again and again, is that just like getting tattoos? Once you get your first one, you just can't hold back?
No.
Okay.
Well, that is true about tattoos,
yes.
I'd say. But no, I didn't feel that way.
So this new one that you say you like, what's the greatest thing that's changed that you feel that they give you the opportunity to be creative, or are they giving you a creative outlet that you didn't have, or both?
Both. Really, it's both. It's I have the creative outlet I didn't have and the creative freedom, and the job that I the one I left my longtime job for, it was more just project management, and I felt like I was kind of sold the wrong thing, and I was told to be a little bit different, and I would be more strategic development and all this type of stuff, and it didn't turn out that way at all. I was just managing tasks and a bunch of bullshit that I, as a creative person like yourself, you can't, you would never sit at an office. I could just never imagine you doing that, and and it was hard for me to do that too, and so again, this new place I'm allowed to kind of use my own marketing ideas, get my camera out, start shooting videos and photos, and I'm feeling super pumped.
Well, if you ever want to do something creative in here, let's do it, man.
I have creative ideas for it here. And again, I think, with this new company that I'm at, you and the company could synergize a little bit. We do live art stuff and things like that.
Very cool. I'm into it.
Yeah, man. So I'm pumped about it. What are you grateful for this year?
Well, I'm grateful for my family and friends always.
Yes, of course.
But I'm extra grateful because I'm in a place now where, art is something that's appreciated a little bit differently.
Sure.
With my brother down here and stuff too, where we come from up north, it's cool, don't get me wrong.
Right.
It just doesn't, you don't see the art like you do out on the streets.
Right.
Whether it's on the side of a building or in a restaurant, it's kind of just like we were just saying at lunch today, it's like the guy that owns the Columbia or Casa San Stefano, they've been here since the beginning.
Right. Oh, yes.
Up there, it's just some guy that moved from New York 5 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. I can appreciate that.
So, but yeah, I'm super grateful for the opportunities in the past have blessed me with now.
Yeah.
So I'm just excited to like push my realm of what I can do creatively, and share it with as many people as I can.
Yeah. Well,
and it's not just me, because we're very blessed to have some other artists in the building right now, and it's cool that I'm not the guy that just wants to have my stuff up and sell my. Like, I think that having a place that's got so many different options and different looks, it gives people a reason to stop by.
Yeah. No, definitely.
2213 East 6th Avenue.
Yeah. We should have done that in the beginning too. You can find us at What's Good Tampa Show or what'sgoodtampa.com, or email us at what'sgoodtampa@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And then where do you find
I'm at vintage_gimmick on Instagram, the Gimmick on Facebook, and we're here at 2213 East 6th Avenue, directly behind Santa Stefano.
Yep, and you can find me at Tampa is Life or tampaislife.com. But going back to what we were saying about the creative thing, well, first I wanted to say, I also remember a couple weeks ago you did say you appreciated me and that I had such awesome gear that we could put up. You remember that?
That goes without saying. I was going to say, when you started talking about Grateful, I was thinking the last two guests telling you, dude, stop being a pussy and just do what you want to do. I thought that's what you're saying. Is like, Sean, everybody's just agreeing with you.
Again, that's a whole other conversation. That's a whole other conversation we won't get back into.
I'm just glad that you are happy with the situation you're in, because you get to do what you want and not what somebody tells you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. And the thing I appreciate about you also is, like you said, you are open to having other artists in here all the time, and I love that. I love that. That's really cool, because not only do you get to see Sean's stuff, you get to see a lot of other people's art in here as well. But going back to the creative thing and why I'm so stoked about this being able to be creative again, I wanted to talk to you about this.
Sure.
Do you think that people are like born with that? Like, I'm a creative, I'd like to think.
Sure.
You are. Do you think people are born with that kind of gear in their head, that they are always trying to make things or build things? Or do you think that's like a unique trait or set?
No, I think you have to be born with a little bit of it, but I also think people go through a path, and maybe they're a creative and they think they want to be a drawer or a painter, but then they get around drawing and painting that they're like, I could never be that. See, I don't think like that, because there's people out there that can draw way better or paint way better in somebody's eyes, but the reason art is out there is like, everything appeals to somebody.
Right.
So when I say creative, like, you can get creative with cooking at home.
Sure.
It doesn't always have to be something that's visual or musical so I think you're born with the want to do it maybe, but I think it's just like anything. As you go down that road, I've done a million different types of art, or a million different types of, whether it's sports, like I didn't play tennis in high school, but I love playing tennis, for instance, or ping pong or anything. Sure. So for me, it's more just creative and competitive, not against necessarily somebody in the art game, but like you're really, it's, you want to make the best thing possible at that time. So like for you, being creative may be saying, I want to step out of my comfort zone and try something I've never tried, and maybe you'll like it better than anything you've ever done before.
Right.
But yes, to answer your question, that you have to be born with something,
really,
in your head, I think.
And I don't necessarily disagree with that, but I do feel like I always say, when we have marketing meetings or like a marketing discussion, I can say to the whole company, like, do you have an idea for like a tagline or a logo or like whatever? Because I've always kind of had the mindset of, everybody has a good idea. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't dismiss any ideas. Or do you think that there's like some people within a company, you're like, don't ask that asshole, because he's, George in accounting isn't going to know what a good tagline is. You know what I mean?
Here's the thing.
Or can anybody be creative at that level?
Anybody can be creative. Here's the thing, though. If you're trying to be creative every time and everyone says that idea sucks, Steve should probably not give us any more, ideas.
I hear you. Yeah, I hear you.
Because then you get the guy like, no, Tommy, you're going to be a good baseball player. And they put the ball on the tee for him, and then every time they try to pitch it to him, he just sucks.
Yeah. So are you willing to say, like...
I'm not willing to work with Tommy.
Okay, well, when your son gets older and he say he wants to be basketball, but he can't shoot for shit, are you going to tell him? You can't shoot for shit? Or are you going to say...
I mean, I don't know how to answer that question, to be completely honest with you.
Dude, talk about...
Well, let me ask you a question. Let's say you had kids, and he comes there and he's like, Daddy, I want to be a ballet dancer.
Yeah.
are you going to be able to tell him from your ballet days that like what's good and what's not?
I could give him some great tips. I could give him some great
No, I do hear that as a joke.
I'd be like, hey, there's a lot of ladies in ballet. You know?
Be like, be a male cheerleader. You get to pick them up.
Hey, I mean, yeah, well, that's, yeah.
No, but so am I, yes, let's just say he was a bad shooter. I would definitely tell him he sucks at shooting.
Okay, but you would help him work on it.
Oh, yeah.
Or is there just no hope? Like, you know, is there, like you're saying, there's people with just no hope? Or can they work on that skill set? Basically, is creativity a skill set that you can work on and get better at it?
Of course.
So anyone can be creative.
Anyone can be creative.
Well, I thought just a second ago you said not everyone.
No, what I'm saying is you have to be born with something that you have to be born with something that's going to take you down that path. Okay. So Steve, you said, what if he comes up and everybody says he has the bad idea?
Okay.
I don't want to tell Steve, no, Steve, you're really creative. You just haven't had the idea. So we got to listen to Steve's big fat mouth every single day, coming up with something that sucks again.
Yeah.
I'm saying maybe creative isn't his thing and he should do accounting.
Got it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, I'm not disagreeing.
But maybe in accounting he's creative and he shows you how to
work
save
a
on your
spreadsheet.
taxes. Yeah,
he can work
Still
Excel.
Creative.
He
Still
can work
creative.
Excel. When did you first realize that you like to make things and create things?
Oh, jeez.
When
did I first realize?
Yeah, like when did you start making stuff?
I started drawing doodles when I was probably, 2, 3. I don't know.
Well, I'm saying like for me, like in high school, that's when I really started like picking up the camera and taking photos and videos and stuff
I can't
like that.
remember when I started. That was I always wanted to make stuff cool.
You always wanted to.
Sandcastles. Did you ever go to the beach? You're from Florida.
Yeah.
So you made, but you picked up a camera in high school. Did you ever make a sandcastle when you were 5?
I didn't look at sandcastles as my creative outlet.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. So what about like once you did get into doing this, when did you, or like where did you figure out like where you were pulling your inspiration from? Because I feel like that's another thing a lot of creators have.
Daily basis, man.
Yeah. What do you mean? Just like everyday
you
life?
listen to a song that says something, you're like, that'd be kind of cool on paper.
Right.
So you draw something. I think you should be grabbing inspiration from every single day, all day. Everyone says too, like, yo, you're cramped. Me and Aaron, one of the artists here, we were just talking about this too, is so many artists sometimes get offended, and I'm going to offend a lot of people in the art industry because, like, I was just making art and people were buying art from me. This is my first time in the industry ever, owning an art studio and doing it right and trying to. It's awesome. But, like, a lot of people will say, like, that looks like mine, like, cramping my style or doing the same thing.
Who says that?
No, I'm just saying in general, people say that all the time. You know what I mean? Like, that looks like something I've seen before. You know what I mean? But, like, my thing is, when you hear a riff in a guitar, that riff's been played so many different ways, so many different times.
Sure.
So, I mean, it's not like stealing somebody's comedy act where you're taking their jokes that with creativity, you can't find the same painting twice.
Right.
And if you can, those people that were forgers and fakers,
right,
crazy money.
Right. So, let me give you more of a direct question. So, like, when you, I'm trying to find a piece in here that, like, you made, that you weren't commissioned for, that like it was just your idea.
Like the pump?
Like the pump.
Perfect. That was my favorite.
We'll put this. I'll take a picture. We can put it on.
This was this was an old light box that I got, an old vintage light box, and it lit up. And I'm like, it'd be cool. I'm just gonna paint something. So playing basketball, Reggie Miller actually died in those shoes on the court. And my favorite basketball team, the Celtics.
I got to be honest, I didn't realize.
D. Brown won the dunk contest with them.
Okay.
And I just loved that shoe, and I was thinking to myself, like, what would be cool?
Yeah.
Just do the shoe on a light box, and I can light it up, and it can be like a bright piece of art.
Oh shit!
So like, I loved the shoe.
Right.
My brother actually wore them in high school, like for high school basketball team.
Awesome.
I think my feet were too fat. I have wide feet, so there's no way I could get in those skinny Reeboks. But like, no, it's one of my favorite shoes on one of my favorite players on one of the favorite teams.
Dude, that's awesome.
So that's just where it came.
So that's where the inspiration came from.
Yeah.
But just one day that popped in your head?
No, I've had that in my head forever.
So it's been in your head forever.
That light box was like, I'm going to put up in lights thinking scoreboard. I don't know. I just went for it.
I guess that's what I'm getting at is like, I look at a lot of your stuff and I go, oh man, that's really awesome.
Chucky with the vampire Slayer. So I'm like, it's Halloween. Child's Play was a killer 80s, 90s kind of scene.
Dude, that
90s,
was the one
90s.
movie I was like so scared of as a kid, dude. When Chucky would pop on the screen, no lie, I would like dive under the couch.
So I got a good story about Child's Play. So my parents went on like a second honeymoon or whatever. They went for their first cruise. We were 8 and 6. My brother was 6. So we came down to Florida. and we stayed with my grandmother. And she had like a timeshare condo thing, so we were always somewhere else. So one night we're like, Child's Play's on. She's like, is that a good movie for kids? Like, yeah, it's about this kid and this doll. So she just let us watch it at 8 and 6 years old.
Dude.
Tells my parents when they get back, like, no, that is not a kid's movie. So I was inspired when I was 6 or 7 years old with the Chucky painting.
Yep.
Then I'm like, okay, Slayer, the band.
Right.
Now Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Let me put him in a band T-shirt.
Okay, got it.
And
That's cool. Well, like the McDonald's one, I'll put a video
sure.
up on the screen too. Like that one again,
Wild.
so you guys can see. But like, where did that?
Three things that blow up the world. It's a huge grenade. You got food, entertainment, and money.
Right, got it.
And I put the Monopoly guy with the clown Pennywise thing.
Right.
I got Mario Brothers for entertainment. I just at that second when I saw the thing, I just started. It evolved into that.
Right.
Every piece. So, like, when you pick up your camera, are you saying, like, you know what? I really love that sign out front of that building. Let me go take it from 20 angles and find the best photo?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, the inspiration comes from all different places. Like, sometimes, honestly, it's just like hearing a song or, like, music, and then, like, you start to get a visual to it, and then you try to make that visual
and
real.
you chase that visual.
Yeah, and then you chase the visual.
See, I don't. It comes as I start something. No
so
clue
you just
what
start boom, 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 boom,
who
boom,
knows?
and then shit happens.
I do the your wrestling one. I did the base color, and then just shit happens.
Dude, I love the wrestling one. I look at it every day. Well, that's good. That's another good point because I wanted to ask, like, so when does it stop becoming fun and now it's a job? So, like, I commissioned you for a piece. Is it no longer fun because it's like now I got to take this guy's idea and he's got all these weird ideas?
Extra fun.
It's extra fun.
Because now I'm taking someone else's vision.
But now it's work.
No.
Okay.
If it was work, I wouldn't be here.
Okay.
I'm done working.
Okay, I love that.
So my thing is, I'd rather do commissions, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I get to take somebody else's mess in their mind, put it in my crazy mind, and something comes of it, and every time they're like, this isn't what I was thinking when I told you this, but I love it.
Right.
So that excites me more than even doing it.
Right.
Is the no one's ever told me they hated it afterwards, and I don't think they're lying to me, but that thing, like, when your kids open or your family opens a Christmas present at Christmas, it's not that you got them something cool, it's how much they like it.
Got it. So you don't feel any additional pressure when someone's commissioning it? Like,
less
I know
pressure.
You haven't had...
Less. No, but I don't feel pressure anyway.
No?
No, but I enjoy it because in my mind, here's another thing too, and people in this room would say this too, like, oh, if you don't like it, that's on you.
Right.
Like, you wouldn't have come to me if you thought there's a chance you wouldn't have liked it.
That's true. I think
if you look around, you get it.
Yeah, I think people, I do agree with that. Like, you're not going to, I would never ask you to commission a piece if I didn't really see what you've done and
exactly.
liked it before. Yeah.
So, my thing too is, like, I like to take a different viewpoint on the art world. Now, here's the thing I'm going to ask you, as you're in marketing and stuff, which you obviously like. You say you want to be more creative. Does that mean that you want to maybe side hustle, making some projects, and that will turn into something creative in a business that you may start, like we were talking to Greg here, and it was Greg. Who was talking about, like, when they started their media company.
Oh, yeah, Greg. Yeah.
So he was saying, it started as this, and it evolved to this. It's not like he said, well, I want to start a media company and have, DJs and this and that. It just became that.
Right. Well, Fitz, let me ask you, do you have the same struggle of when you're being hired for something, like, it's no longer fun? Because that is the thing that I have dealt with. Like, when I get to go out for Tampa's Life and, like, make my own little videos, that's fun. Now, when they're like, come make a video, I'm like, oh, now I got to show up on time. Now I got to, make sure it's perfect.
Now, everybody's not single in this room. We all are married or girlfriends. When you guys were single and you wanted to go on a date with a girl, and you had to walk up and ask her out, and then she said no.
Never happened. See, I've never had that happen.
Was it crushing, and was there added pressure, or were you like, okay?
It's always crushing. Yeah.
See, that for me, it's like
it's not crushing.
But not even for asking. Yeah, it's not because that's the thing is maybe that's the narcissist in me.
I guess so.
I'm not a narcissist, but everybody jokes around that maybe I am.
I would agree.
And so if I come off,
I love you to death.
Hey, but if I come off that way, maybe I think it's ultimate confidence, and, like, I don't want the pressure. Dude, because here's the thing: if I had the pressure,
you exude confidence, and I love it.
If I had the pressure to do a job that I thought you had to like, and I was like, oh my gosh, I hope you, that would take away from the freedom that I have to commission a piece for you.
Right. Got it.
I can't have that in my head.
Got it.
Can't rent any space.
Yeah. Got it. Well, what do you think's probably? So, do you have any challenges as a creative person, or you just feel it's like super simple for you. And if
Well,
maybe
but that's kind of a loaded question
I guess
too. It's
I'm
like,
I'm
nothing's simple.
Well, I guess that's the point that I'm getting. I'm trying to hear from you, like what.
I'm not afraid to fail.
Right.
I'm not afraid to try.
Uh-huh.
And it doesn't bother me if something didn't work out the way it was supposed to.
And is that the advice you would give to other artists? Starting?
Oh, fuck no.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, hell
so
no.
let's get on. I want to get. That's the point I want.
Like, if you feel crushed,
yeah,
you should not think that way.
You should not.
So,
what do you mean? You shouldn't feel upset if a job didn't go the way you want?
What I'm saying is, if you're pressuring yourself, and no matter what you're doing, and you're like, oh my god, and you're always like nervous about it,
right?
You are definitely in the wrong line of work, no matter what it is.
But don't they say like being uncomfortable is part of like what you should feel?
Who says that?
I don't.
Well, if there's somebody that says that,
Fitz, do you think?
But that's personal.
Aaron, what do you think? Yeah, being uncomfortable is a good thing. Sometimes.
Perfect. Then use it as something that like moves you forward. My thing is labels.
I'm trying to get you to be relatable.
Yeah. For me, labels are tough. If you're going to label something difficult and it has a negative impact on you, don't do it. But I think artists that are the most free, no matter if they're drawing, painting, doing sculptures, whatever it may be, taking pictures, don't put pressure on yourself, because now all of a sudden you're taking it to a place where you were just saying it becomes work and it becomes stressful, and it's like, I hope they like it. I hope they like it. Dude, if you're doing it, you're going to like it.
Right.
And if you don't like it, you can throw away and start over. That's your prerogative.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, don't let it rent space. Negativity.
Don't let it rent space. Well, what about this? Because I feel like I know what your answer is going to be, and you and I, this is where again we're completely different.
Yeah.
Is that like?
And it's okay.
I think it's great. I love it. That like, is there any problem working for the man while you work on your creativity and your side?
No, and I'll give you a tip.
There is no.
If there's something that and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
This is the life hack. This is the business life hack.
I can't wait.
Okay. And this is something I'm going to do in the future, and I'll get into it later on in podcast, but I'm going to do a social experiment in the next 3 months.
Oh, shit. What is it?
I can't get into it right now.
You
because
can't?
I'll give you a
throw
hint.
that out there. Then
So
not
listen
get
to
into
this. If you want to be in the food industry, you want to be a cook, you want to start your own restaurant one day.
Like a Capital Tacos.
Well, yep. And you know what? They threw that thing out there saying, I know it's the best. You know? Or did they? But anyway, if you want to do that, you go to the biggest, in my opinion, you go to that corporate monster, Olive Garden. And you learn how they've made it sizable and how they make it profitable and the things they do. You might get in there and hate what they do if you work for one of those companies.
Right.
Probably shouldn't open a restaurant.
Got it.
I'm saying work for the man, because the man has a lot of it figured out.
Right.
Take it from them.
Take it.
And do it yourself
and then
better.
do it yourself better. Okay. So basically, learn everything you can from your mentor, and then fuck them over hard.
No, you don't fuck them over.
Fuck them over.
You just open something
better. You understand
better.
that, kids? Find a mentor and fuck his ass over.
No. Because here's the thing: if your mentor's in big corporate America, he'll be pumped for you when you leave big corporate. The man, he'll be pumped that you're going to do it on your own.
He'll be pumped that you're his new competition.
Yes. Because you know
Again,
what?
We're different.
It challenges him now, because you know secrets that he thought he paid you enough to make you stay forever. But is it about his happiness or is it about yours?
Well, I also think you should be loyal to people.
Absolutely. So you know what you do?
What?
You find the people that liked you the most and take
what if
those.
all of a sudden, I was really awesome at painting, and then I opened up an art studio right next door?
It would make me you know what it would do?
What?
Make me get on top of my game and go find other artists.
Well, I would never do that to you because I'm loyal.
But if you did, it would drive me to be even more going for it.
Well, I can get I get that motivation.
I love it. If you want to open a restaurant, you go next door to a restaurant.
Right. But next door to a restaurant, okay, but the restaurant of the guy who mentored you?
If you work for Capital Tacos and you open up a Mexican restaurant,
you're going to do that.
You go next door. You go to that place we went to with all the wood, and you open a Capital or another taco shop right there. Because the best will survive. Survival of the fittest happens.
Right.
You want to talk about creativity?
Yep.
You can be creative until no one thinks that it's worth it.
Fair enough. I think that's
survival of the fit. You can be creative all you want, but you can't do it as a professional unless somebody buys it.
Got it.
So somebody's got to like it.
Okay.
But don't put pressure on yourself. Do what you do.
Yeah.
But if no one buys your stuff after a couple months, it might not be for you.
Okay.
But you have to be okay to fail too, because here's the best part. Yeah. Let's say I started doing painting. Okay. Let's talk like atrocious, crazy shit. No one bought a thing. They hate my vintage.
Fitz, could you grab me a Gatorade?
Yeah, he needs this for this. He needs
I'm so hot.
Yeah. Hey. So I started an art studio, and I'm doing all my art. Yep. And I'm in here and vintage, and I do my dream. I worked in corporate America. Now I want to do my dream.
Right.
And 7 months go by, and I don't sell a fucking thing. Yeah. And people are like, nah, bro, don't like it. Oh, cool, and leave and never buy a thing.
Right.
I'm okay with failing, closing it down, and doing something else.
And that's not going to destroy you at all.
Fuck no, because it'll, like you said, failing only makes you work harder in the next thing that you do.
Yeah. Well, I do agree
or
with that.
That's why it's always been a side thing.
Right.
And luckily people liked my style, my stuff, my mind, my vision.
Right.
And it's working out fantastic.
So other people who want to kind of get started in doing their own art and things like that, well, I mean, so how long do you give yourself until, because you just
That's
said
personal.
like, hey.
I don't know. How long did I give myself?
Yeah, how long did you give yourself?
Oh, I mean, if week 1 I didn't sell anything, I'm done. But that's just me.
That's not, okay, well, that's unrealistic.
I don't know. Give somebody
I see
2,
your brother
3
back
months.
there, you're like, no, that's bullshit, dude. He was doing this shit forever before he sold anything.
Well, no.
And I don't mean like you didn't. I don't mean when you're in second
with you,
grade and you drew with your
t-shirts.
crayons and sold it to your
I
neighbor.
was selling screen printed T-shirts in college for beer money.
Okay, well,
I wasn't going to make T-shirts unless somebody was going to buy one. But here's the other thing too.
Yeah.
I'm not a crazy capitalist where like money is the most important thing, but it also makes your vision grow. Like I want so much more for the studio.
Yeah.
So the more I sell, the closer I am to the next goal of this place.
Right.
And other artists get to come in here and they get to feel it.
Yeah.
And they're like, damn, maybe I can do this for a living.
Right.
And maybe they weren't willing to take the plunge, but because I am, I can inspire somebody else to take the plunge.
Yeah. Well, what do you feel about these like inspiring like these Gary V's and Tony Robbins?
Well, I think it's when you finally get there, it's way easier to say these quotes, and then everybody's like, yeah.
Oh, totally. Yeah,
I like what they're saying and stuff,
right.
But like no one ever saw their grind because they're like, I have $600 million, but I want to buy the jets.
Yeah, right.
So I got to just stick to it.
Right. Well, and that's the other thing. It makes it all seem like it's so easy, right? Like,
I don't think it's easy. I just think that the grind. No one was there when. He talks about the one for Gary Vee, for instance, living in a 1-bedroom apartment, not going out, doing all this stuff. No one saw him then.
Right, sure.
So maybe he's telling the truth, and I personally believe him, but that motivates so many people, and that's awesome. That's just something that, he's very motivating, a cool person probably to hang out with. But that's not those words and those like phrases that Tony Robbins and everything, that doesn't get me jacked up.
Right.
But that doesn't mean it doesn't work. Huh?
What gets you jacked up?
The minute somebody calls me and says, Sean, I want you to do a piece for me. Yeah. That gets me fired up.
Fired up.
Is
this the thing that you're doing now that you've been the most passionate about ever? Like opening the studio? Like, is this your dream come true type of thing?
No, when I opened my gyms, I was just as passionate.
Yeah, okay.
Anything you open up, you got to be.
That's kind of interesting considering.
If you're completely passionate about the business world that you're going to open, you have to be completely passionate the exact same level, in my opinion. You can't go into something like, I'm kind of passionate about this. Like, you got to be like 100% in. Yeah. But you also got to know when to pull out if it doesn't work.
Right.
Like, maybe I'll try something else.
Right. Well,
like Steve. Remember we were talking about Steve in the boardroom?
Yeah, I remember Steve.
Stop being creative, Steve. We gave you 7 weeks.
Yeah. Do you think that there's like a line to the create, like, for example, I know the influencer, remember when we were at Capital Tacos and you had it, like, is that considered... like I would say they're making an attempt to be creative. They should be considered creative.
Okay. Yeah.
But
sure.
do you
I consider them creative. Are you asking me if that's considered creative?
Yeah,
are you asking me is that?
That's what I'm asking you.
Or are you asking me like?
Well, yeah.
They better have a day job.
Yeah. Right. That's what
I think we both can agree with that. Nothing against them.
Yeah. No. Again, they're.
Well, let me ask you. You're in that world. So like maybe if I started a YouTube channel and got my face on there all the time, would people follow my crazy ass? Maybe.
Yeah, sure.
But then now I don't know if I can get 100% passionate about making YouTube videos every day. Right. Maybe you can.
Sure.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What's the threshold when you're like, this is working?
Well, again, this is where we totally just disagree on everything because I would do it whether I made a dime because I'm passionate about it. Yes. I don't have to make money making YouTube videos. But
you'd love to.
If it happened, it'd be great.
Oh, but that's not enough. So I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm completely on board. You shouldn't do that for a living. Now, even though your stuff's awesome, if your mindset's like, I mean, what you're waiting for somebody to hand you a $30,000 check every month to do that, then all of a sudden you get more passionate about it.
Yeah, sure.
I'm saying the passion has to be the same whether it's free or not.
I'm like, well, okay, but you said before, like, you would stop doing the podcast if it doesn't make us money. Well, it hasn't made us a dime. How much longer are you going to do this without making money?
Well, to be honest, if I said that, I think you took it to it. So I think it has made us money. But here's the thing. I think it has made us money.
I haven't. Well, where's the money? Because I haven't gotten a dime.
Well, I sold you a painting.
So you made money.
Yeah. And I told you, if I don't make money, I'm not going to do the podcast.
Okay, well, that money's dried up.
Yeah, but here's my point, though. The podcast is an outlet for what I've got going on here.
Yep.
So I could do the podcast, or I could spend $1,000 a month marketing in different ways. But I personally think the value of the podcast and what we're doing helps all three of us.
It's a marketing tool, you're saying.
It's whatever. It's whatever you want to call it. Here's the thing, though. I'm not going to, in my mind, I'm not thinking like, I think what you're saying is, hey, Sean, when are you going to shut down the art studio and just do the podcast?
No. What?
Well, no, to make money, I'm saying. Like, you're saying, like, if we're making $20,000, $30,000 from ad revenue and this, that, and the other. But let's be honest. Do we do enough? Do we do enough, Fitzy? I want your opinion, too. Do we do enough to deserve $1?
Ryan has input. Fitz, what do you think? Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to really hard.
left a good job. I was going to do art, and everybody said, you're going to do what? And now he makes a living.
I know, yeah.
But here's the other thing, too, though.
See, that's awesome.
The podcast, though, here's the thing. Do you really want to be a podcaster for the rest of your life? No, do you want to do other things?
Yeah, I would like to. Yeah, of course. But my thing is, I'll continue to do the podcast as long as we're having fun doing it. That's all I'm saying. I don't have to.
I'll do that too. I'll take it back if I ever in episode 2 said if we don't. Who knows? I could have just been talking shit to you.
I don't know.
But I like doing this a lot, and I think honestly, as more people watch, they're going to watch this episode 6 months from now.
Yeah,
because they're going to get a hold of it and they're going to go through. I think this will give people a reason to watch because I think there's something positive coming out of it.
Got it.
And you guys do such a good job. Like, dude, you know me. I'll sit here while it sets up. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're just, I don't know where the camera angle is.
He's like, what's the hard cam? All right, well, let's go ahead. I have one more thing, unless you had some shit you wanted to.
Well, I want to talk about what's going on this weekend.
Let's do it.
Yeah, right now?
Yeah, right now.
So the art walk is Aaron Saturday.
Aaron.
When is it? 2 to 6.
2 to 6.
And it starts here Saturday. We're one of the stops. Yeah,
nice.
so we're now one of the stops.
I think people are going to be
free
like, we
beer.
don't need to go anywhere else.
Free beer.
This.
Say what?
Yeah, awesome.
We're going to have all the old school beers free.
Okay, Saturday 2 to 6.
2 to 6 from here, and there's 7 different venues down the
and
strip.
Where is here again?
2213 East 6th Avenue in Ybor.
That sounds like a computer every time he says it.
And it's headed up 7th. There's 6 or 7 venues.
Yeah.
Also, when's the Bat Santa party?
Sunday.
On Sunday, all day, Aaron, myself,
2 p.m. to 3 a.m.
2 p.m. to 3 a.m.
Charity auction on all the skateboards.
Charity auction. So they gave us blank skateboards.
Oh, shit.
And we all did our own style of like skateboards.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
When is this? This is Sunday?
Sunday.
Oh, man.
And it's down there at Reservoir Bar.
Okay.
And you bid on, mine was like the old claw games, and I took old vintage real toys.
Yeah,
and
I think I saw it.
Yeah, and I put them in there in full clear coat. It's
That's
amazing.
Awesome.
She did an amazing mirror piece. But like, it's cool because it's for a good cause, and it's all the different kind of artists, but on the same medium.
Awesome.
Everyone's got a skateboard.
Oh, that's so
it's
cool.
pretty sweet.
All right, I'm definitely going to check that out.
And then, and then we're open all weekend, Friday, Saturday, and well, Sunday we're not because of the Bad Santa party, but we're open Friday, Saturday, 1 to 7.
Awesome.
Come see.
And then your art is going to be 6 to 8 at Reservoir.
Yep. Mine and Aaron's. We're gonna have art at Reservoir Bar from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. So we're selling art up there.
Exciting.
So
awesome.
That's what's going on down here in the trap.
Do you have to buy tickets to any of this?
No, you walk right in. It's full free.
Okay.
Make it happen.
Make it happen. Well, I'll be at that skateboard thing. I think
Free parking here if you buy something. All day, baby. Save that $10.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Right. Awesome. Okay, cool. Well, the last thing I had for today, since I feel like we learned a lot about you today and the insight and that. So the last thing I want to do is something we haven't done with Sean yet, which is the lightning round. You haven't done the lightning round. All of the guests have done the lightning round.
It.
So we're going to do the lightning round with Sean. So if you want to hit the music, Fitz, and we'll get going.
Nice, Fitzy. Do I get 90 seconds,
gentlemen,
too?
welcome to the lightning round. All right. Yeah, I might lose the screen, Fitz, but we're not gonna have a big fit about it. So try not to have a big fit about it, I'll say. All right. So give me 2 seconds to pull it up.
Okay, I'm trying to remember the questions.
Oh, man. So, again, we do this with every single guest that's on the show. And this we haven't done it with Sean yet, so I thought it would maybe be fun. Here we go. Timer set on the clock. Ready, set, go. What's your favorite Tampa pizza spot?
Do Amici.
Cuban sandwich or wings?
Wings.
A Lightning game or a Bucks game?
Lightning.
Keep the Rays or kick out the Rays and bring a basketball team?
Yankees beat them.
Favorite brunch spot?
Favorite brunch spot. 7th and Grove.
All right. Favorite rap artist?
Oh man, favorite rap artist.
Dude, this is
I'll
not
go.
good.
I'll go. Favorite rap artist.
Oh, dude,
too.
I mean, this hit the do.
I'll say Wu-Tang as a group.
All right. Busch Gardens or Universal?
Universal.
St. Pete or Clearwater?
Clearwater. For
Most
sure.
underrated Tampa spot?
Most gimmick.
FaceTiming or texting?
Texting.
Podcast or playlist?
Podcast.
And then that's it, folks. Actually, that was it. Thank you for
I
playing.
think I lost.
Yeah, you did terrible.
Favorite rapper? I mean, I don't even like Wu-Tang the best.
Well, so we didn't even get your real honest answers.
I mean, what am I listening to?
What's that? I know, right?
Tupac and Biggie are the ones I feel like anyone's gonna say.
And I'm pretty sure you just saw me doing Wu-Tang out of the side of your face, so you just kind of guessed that, right?
I mean, if it's Tupac or Biggie, I would say Tupac over
Tupac
Biggie. What
or
about you?
Biggie, definitely.
Really?
Yeah, Biggie's my favorite. Yeah. I like Biggie. What if I said P. Diddy? Actually,
You
you
would.
know
If
how I
you
really
said
did
P.
like when I
Diddy.
was. I know. Don't worry. I wouldn't say P. Diddy. P. Diddy. You know who I did like as a kid was Mace a lot.
Yeah, Mace is cool.
Yeah, Mace is cool.
Motherfucking phone over. If you say
Ooh,
Mace
the king
Davis
of
on a podcast and a million people are going to
Yeah, why is that
Mace,
bad?
Mace, you don't want to say that.
rapper Mace.
Is that really bad?
Yes.
So he's like the king of the retarded rap.
Hey, I don't listen to a lot of rap, obviously. So yeah.
That's like saying you could have. That's like saying Young Thug.
Well, I'll do the lightning round next
All right,
show
cool.
if we want. All right, guys. Well, I think that's gonna wrap this episode.
So just
up.
tell them one more time where
Yeah.
we can find you.
Okay, so you can find me at Tampa is Life or TampaIsLife.com.
I'm at the vintage_gimmick on Instagram, vintage_gimmick, and the gimmick on Facebook. And we are once again located at 2213 East 6th Avenue here in Ybor City.
Awesome. And find us at What's Good Tampa Show and what'sgoodtampa.com. We'll see you guys in the next episode.
Peace.
Thanks for listening to the What's Good Tampa Show. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at What's Good Tampa Show or visit what'sgoodtampa.com to get involved with the show. See you next time.